Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Beatdowns with the Boss. So today I have for you the deck list that top-aided the recent GP Santiago, and it was played by Jonathan Lobo Melamed. So I've never heard of him before. Hopefully I'm not pronouncing his name wrong, but we've seen a ton of green-black dominating in Standard, but this managed to top 8 this Grand Prix, and it's a pretty sweet list that attacks the format from a very different angle. These green-black decks, they have a lot of good blockers, they have card advantage, they have a lot of removal, but this is a burn deck, and a burn deck just doesn't really care about blockers and doesn't really care about removal. There's a few creatures that can, get in some extra damage, and they are our 4 Thermo-Alchemists, which we've seen in burn decks in the past, and also these 4 Stormchaser Mages. And the important thing about these 2 creatures is that they're pretty close to guaranteed damage. The Stormchaser Mage, it has evasion and haste, and the Thermo-Alchemist, it doesn't even need to attack. And it can play offense and defense quite well too, which is a nice thing about it. We have an absolute ton of burn spells, and you can use these at times to clear blockers if you need to, or clear very potent threats like a early what's the green-black flare called? You know what I'm talking about. The green-black 2/2 that becomes a 4/4 and filters your draws. But anyway, if your opponent has particularly potent creatures, you're going to be able to throw your burn spells at those need be, but most of the time you're going to be looking to shoot them at your opponent's face. And this is a Fevered Visions deck also, so you can, depending on the matchup, you can kind of play the kill all their guys and let Fevered Visions kill them. But the burn spells, there's quite a nice diversity of them. You've got Galvanic Bombardments at the early part of your curve, 2 Lightning Axes, which combo perfectly with these Fiery Tempers. You get the Madness trigger. We've got 4 Incendiary Flows, go straight to the opponent's face. Also exiles things like Scrap Heap Scrounger, which is a pretty popular card. Unsubstantiate is the 1 counterspell in the main deck. It's more of a delay tactic, but it's nice and versatile in the sense that you can target something that's already in play, which is pretty valuable. You can also use it to save your guy, potentially. Collective Defiance is the big heavy-hitting burn spell. The escalate on this is awesome, and all the modes are phenomenal. When you're flooding out in the game, you can cast this, discard your non-existent hand to filter all of the lands that you have there into fresh draws. Fire Temper, which I already mentioned, and then Chandra as a removal spell, a reusable source of damage, reusable source of card advantage to kind of top things out. You also have these Wandering Fumaroles, which I also expect to do a fair amount of damage, and a Geier Reach Sanitarium to filter your draws. In the sideboard, we've got just a plethora of counterspells for when we need them, a little bit more removal for matchups where we need to play a more controlling role. And then if we need more permanence, whether it be for card advantage purposes or just to round things out, we've got these Bedlam Revelers, which are just a phenomenal card. And then 1 Jace Unraveler of Secrets. So I'm pretty excited about this deck. Standard is, fairly open, but the green-black decks definitely have the upper hand in the meta. So I thought this would be a sweet deck to show you guys because it's a little different, and I think it's going to be quite good. So anyway, let's get to some games, and we'll see how it does.